And now, a dramatic reading from Billy Deerhead.
The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Instruction booklet. Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Page 1.
Entertainment? Fucking
Yeah.
fail.
Warning, please carefully read the consumer information and precautions booklet included with this product before using your Nintendo hardware system, game pack, or accessory. Official Nintendo Seal of Quality. This official seal is your assurance that Nintendo has reviewed this product and that it has met our standards for excellence in workmanship, reliability, and entertainment value. Always look for this seal when buying games and accessories to ensure complete compatibility with your Nintendo product. All Nintendo products are licensed by sale for use only with other authorized products bearing the official Nintendo Seal of Quality. Thank you for selecting The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past game pack for your Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Please read this instruction booklet thoroughly to ensure proper handling of your new game. Then save this booklet for future reference.
It's a good thing
This
you
game
did.
pack has a battery backup function to record the progress of the game. Warning: if the power switch is switched on and off repeatedly, the accumulated contents may be deleted. Avoid turning the power switch off unnecessarily before saving the game, or data may be lost. See page 25 for details on how to save data. TM and registration are trademarks of Nintendo of America Incorporated, Nintendo of Canada Limited, authorized user. Copyright 1992, Nintendo of America, RD ENR 1992, Nintendo. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Contents: The Legend of Hyrule. Introduction, page 3. 1. Before starting the game, page 9. 2. Viewing the main and subscreens, 11. And 2. Viewing the main and subscreens, page 11. 3. Using the controller, page 13. Control pad equals moving your character, page 14. A button equals action, page 15. B button equals swinging the sword, page 17. Y button equals using items, page 19. X button equals viewing map screens, page 21. Heroic equipment, page 23. 5. Ending and saving the game, page 25. 6. Life and magical power, page 27. 7. Lore of Hyrule, page 29. 8. Dungeon knowledge, page 31. 9. Item inventory, page 37. 10. The legend begins, page 42. 11. A brief bestiary of Hyrule, page 44.
It's that shit I
Hey.
start remembering too, the bestiary and shit. As a kid.
Page 3. The Legends of Hyrule. To set the stage for this adventure of the legendary hero of Hyrule, it will be informative to delve into the Triforce myth, an ancient epic about the creation of the world that is still believed in the land of Hyrule. Every culture has such myths and theories about the creation of their worlds, and it can be beneficial and entertaining to examine them in detail, for they often affect the present-day social structure. The legends say the mythical gods of Hyrule had as their chosen people the Hylia. These ancient people left scrolls that are the primary source of the legends. The creation of Hyrule. According to the Hylian scrolls, the mythical gods descended from a distant nebula to the world that was and created order and life. The god of power dyed the mountains red with fire and created land.
Speaking
The god
of
of
dying
wisdom.
things red with fire.
The god of wisdom created science and wizardry and brought order to nature. And the god of courage, through justice and vigor, created life, the animals that crawl the land and the birds that soar in the sky. After the gods had finished their work, they left the world, but not before creating a symbol of their strength, a golden triangle known as the Triforce. A small but powerful portion of the essence of the gods was held in this mighty artifact, which was to guide the intelligent life on the world of Hyrule. Although it was an inanimate object, the Triforce had the power to bestow 3 titles which gave the person who received them great powers: the Forger of Strength, the Keeper of Knowledge, and the Juror of Courage. From its hiding place in the so-called Golden Land, where the gods placed it, the Triforce beckoned people from the, page 4, outside world to seek it in the hope that someday someone worthy of these titles would find it. With their magic-infused blood, the Hylian people were endowed with psychic powers and skill in wizardry. It was also said that their long-pointed ears enabled them to hear special messages from the gods, so they were held in high esteem by many people in Hyrule. Their descendants settled in various parts of the world and passed on their knowledge and magical lore to all people, but in its passing, the lore was often distorted or lost altogether. Gates to the Golden Land. In Hyrule, there are many Hylian buildings which are mentioned repeatedly in the legends. These buildings, which now lie in ruin, pale shadows of their former splendor, are closely tied to the Triforce. Some were said to house the Triforce itself. If it were only a symbol of the gods, the Triforce would be coveted by many, but a verse from the Book of Mudora, a collection of Hylian legends and lore, made the Triforce even more desirable. In a realm beyond sight, the sky shines gold, not blue. There the Triforce's might makes mortal dreams come true. Many aggressively searched for the wish-granting Triforce, but no one, not even the Hylian sages, was sure of its location. The knowledge had been lost over time. Some said the Triforce lay under the desert. Page 5. Others said that it was in the cemetery in the shadow of Death Mountain, but no one ever found it. That yearning for the Triforce soon turned to lust for power, which in turn led to the spilling of blood. Soon the only motive left among those searching for the Triforce was pure greed. One day, quite by accident, the gate to the Golden Land of the Triforce was opened by a gang of thieves skilled in the black arts. This land was like no other. In the gathering twilight, the Triforce shone from its resting place high above the world. In a long-running battle, the leader of the thieves fought his way past his followers in lust for the golden power. After vanquishing his own followers, the leader stood triumphant over the Triforce and grasped it with his blood-stained hands. He heard a whispered voice, "If thou hast a strong desire for or dream, wish for it." And in reply, the roaring laughter of the brigand leader echoed across time and space and even reached the far-off land of Hyrule. The name of this king of thieves is Ganondorf Dragmire, but he is known by his alias Mandrag Ganon, which means Ganon of the Enchanted Thieves. The Imprisoning War.
I didn't know Ganondorf's last name until now.
I do not know what Ganon wished for from the Triforce. However, in time, evil power began to flow from the Golden Land, and greedy men were drawn there to become members of Ganon's army. Black clouds permanently darkened the sky, and many disasters beset Hyrule. The Lord of Hyrule sent for the 7 wise men and the Knights of Hyrule, and ordered them to seal the entrance to the Golden Land. The Triforce, being an inanimate object, cannot judge between good and evil. Therefore, it could not know that Ganon's wishes were evil. It merely granted them. Suspecting that Ganon's power was based on the Triforce's magic, the people of Hyrule forged a sword resistant to magic which could repulse even powers granted by the Triforce. This mighty weapon became known as the Blade of Evil's Bane, or the Master Sword. It was so powerful that only one who was pure of heart and strong of body could wield it. As the 7 wise men searched for a valiant person to take up the Master Sword, Ganon's evil army swarmed from the tainted Golden Land into Hyrule and attacked the castle. The wise men and the Knights of Hyrule combined forces to wage war on this evil horde. The knights took the full brunt of the fierce attack, and although they fought courageously, many a brave soul was lost that day. However, their lives were not lost in vain, for they bought precious time for the 7 wise men to magically seal Ganon in the Golden Land. All of Hyrule rejoiced at the victory that upheld peace and order over Ganon's evil and chaos. This war, which had claimed many lives, became known as the Imprisoning War in stories told in later centuries. The Coming of the Wizard. Many centuries have passed since the Imprisoning War. The land of Hyrule healed its wounds, and the people lived in peace for a long time. Memories of the vicious Imprisoning War faded over the generations. So it is no surprise that no one was prepared for the new disasters that have recently struck Hyrule. Pestilence and drought, uncontrollable even by magic, ravaged the land. The king of Hyrule, after counsel with his sages, ordered an investigation of the imprisoned Dark World, as the Golden Land had come to be known.
CSI Hyrule.
But the wise men's seal was apparently intact. He offered rewards for anyone who could find the source of these troubles. In answer to these summons, a stranger named Aghanim came and quelled the disasters with a previously unseen form of magic. As a reward, the king gave him a new position as chief advisor and heir to the page 7, wise men. The masses proclaimed him their hero. Peace had returned to Hyrule, or had it. Of late, rumors have traveled their whispering path with alarming frequency. Rumors saying Aghanim now rules the country with his magic. Rumors of strange magical experiments in the castle tower at night. The people of Hyrule were gripped by dread. Prologue. One night, a girl's voice awakens you from your sleep. Help me, my name is Zelda. I am in the castle dungeon.
See part
She
1.
she telepathically pleads. You jump out of bed not knowing whether the voice was part of a dream or reality. Upon leaving your bed, you find your uncle, who should be fast asleep at this time, preparing to go out, girded for battle. I'll be back by morning, he says as he departs. Don't leave the house. You watch him leave with the family sword in hand and shield on arm. This is a night like no other. Who is Zelda? Where had your uncle gone and for what reason? And so, on an ill-fated night, a new chapter in the legend of Hyrule's hero begins. A new chapter in the legend of Zelda. Page 8.
Things are getting good.
By the way, there are 45 pages to this fucking thing.
Yep.
Your quest as the legendary hero. The golden land of the Triforce has become a dark world corrupted by Ganon's evil wishes. However, this is not enough for Ganon. He also wants to make Hyrule, the light world, his own. To do this, he needs to break the seal of the 7 wise men, but he cannot do this with his power alone. He must also use the life force of the descendants of the 7 wise men. With Aghanim the wizard as his pawn, this is about to become a reality. Thus, the late-night experiments in the castle tower. You, as a legendary hero of Hyrule, must enter the Dark World on a quest to save the maidens that Aghanim has sent there. The aim of the game is to solve the many mysteries and adventures that await you along the way to rescuing the maidens, defeating Ganon, and returning peace to Hyrule. Page 9. 1. Before starting the game. To begin your quest, insert the game pack into the Super Nintendo Entertainment System and turn the power on. The title screen shown on the right will be displayed, followed by the story introduction.
Or load
Press
the
the
ROM into your favorite emulator. You know, that works too.
Press the A, B, X, Y, or Start button to display the screen below. Player select screen. The game pack can save data for up to 3 players. When you first start playing the game, select any one of the 3 files as displayed on the left and input your name. First, move the fairy cursor using the control pad or select button. Then press the A, B, X, Y, or Start button. Hang on.
God, you think Omega Edge would have read that too?
Oh, God.
Starting to see why you're a stickler for the instruction manual for people like Omega Edge.
Next, input your name at the register your name screen. Move the crosshairs using the control pad to select the letters of the alphabet, and press the A, B, X, or Y button to input the letter. Finally, place the crosshairs on end or press the Start button to input the name. Up to 6 letters can be input. Now the player's picture, name, and heart containers, which represent the amount of life force you have, are displayed in the player select screen. Select this file again to start the game. From now on, data will be saved in this file during the game. See page 25 for more details about saving your game.
Man,
I am
25
not
is where
reading
it's
the
at.
I am not reading the French half of this fucking thing.
Unless I take too long, then you might not have a choice.
If you can't beat this fucking dungeon by the time I finish reading this, you have to let's play Zelda 2 Link's Adventure.
Oh, fuck that.
Page 10, Erase Player. When you want to start a new game but all 3 files have data in them, you have to erase the data in one of the files. Select Erase Player on the player select screen to display the message, which player do you want to erase? Now select a file that you no longer need. If you have changed your mind, select Quit. If you really do want to delete the file, select Erase this player. Remember, once you select Erase this player, the data cannot be recovered. Copy Player. When you want to transfer one player's data to another file, select Copy Player to display the message Which. Select the file that you want to copy. Next, the message To Which will be displayed. To select the file you want to copy to, select Copy OK. to transfer, or quit to leave the file as it is. Remember that if you copy a file that already has data in it, you will replace the data in the target file. Page 11. 2. Viewing the main and subscreens. The game is played using two types of screens, the main screen and the subscreen. Main screen. This is the screen.
Where all the mushrooms are.
This is the screen where the action takes place. 1. Magic meter. This green meter shows how much magic energy you have. See page 27. 2. Item display. This box displays the item that you currently have ready to use. Press the Y button to activate the item shown here. 3. Rupees. This shows how many rupees, the currency of Hyrule, you have. You can have up to 999 rupees. 4. Bombs. This shows how many bombs you have. You start off with the ability to carry 10 bombs. 5. Arrows. This shows how many arrows you have. These are the ammunition for the bow. You start off with the ability to carry 30 arrows. If you do not have the bow, you cannot use the arrows, but you can still carry them. You can raise the maximum amount of bombs and arrows you can carry during the game. 6. Small key. This is the key that opens the doors in the dungeons. Small keys can only be used in the dungeon they are found in. See page 35. 7. Heart containers. This displays the extent of your life force with heart containers. If you are hurt, your heart containers will empty. If all of your heart containers are empty, the game ends. See page 28. Page 12. Press the start button to switch to this screen when you want to change the item you have ready to check your status. When you use the subscreen, the action will be temporarily paused. Press the start button again to return to the game. 1. Item window. The Y button controlled items you discover during the game are shown in this window. Use the cursor to select the item you want to use. See page 20. 2. Item name. The name and picture of the item currently ready for use shows in this window. 3. DO window. What?
Do window?
No, do window. Okay, it was capitalized. This window tells you what actions you can perform with the A button. 4. Pendants. When you defeat the evil master of a dungeon, you will receive a pendant or some other special item. This window keeps track of how many pendants you have. You will have to collect something different in the Dark World. Gee, I wonder. You must collect all of these items to finish the game and restore peace to Hyrule. 5. Equipment. Well, or you could just glitch through the fucking wall and skip right to the final battle.
Yeah, that too. That's always a thing.
This window tells you the status of your weapons, shield, and armor. See page 23. 6. Dungeon items and broken hearts. Each dungeon has a unique set of treasures, a map, a compass, and a big key. Unless, of course, you're playing Skyward Sword, in which case there is no compass.
Like your compass, isn't it?
Yeah, it has like a magic jewel tied to it. If you find them, they are displayed here while you are inside the dungeon. See page 32. If you outside, it will show how many pieces
Does it
of
really
heart...
say if you outside?
Yeah, if you outside. if you outside, it will show how many pieces of heart you have collected. See page 28. That's enough of that voice.
Yeah.
Page 13. 3. Using the controller. Jesus Christ, it's taking me this long just to get to the fucking controller.
Well,
Control pad.
I just...
Player movements. With the control pad, you can move your character in 8 directions, including up and down stairs. This also moves the cursor. Select button. Ending a game. The select button lets you end the game and save data. See page 26. It's about time that came out. Start button. Selecting items. Press the start button to switch to the sub-screen. You can then select items to be used with a Y button or check the status of your equipment. See page 20. X button. Viewing maps. Press the X button to view the overworld map or dungeon map. See page 21. A button. Holding and running. The A button can be used for a variety of actions, including picking up objects, running, talking, swimming, reading, grasping, and opening chests. See page 15. B button. Swinging the sword. The B button lets you swing your sword to attack enemies. This button also confirms choices made on the player select screen and game over screen. See page 17. Y button, using items. The Y button activates various items for attack, defense, magic, and movement. See page 19 and 37.
It's kind of spacing that out there, aren't they?
Yeah. See the explanation of each button for details. Page 14, using the controller. The control pad, moving your character. The control pad moves your character on the screen. There are many hidden secrets in the land of Hyrule, so you will have to search every nook and cranny to find everything. Walking. Your character will walk in the direction that the control pad is pressed. He can walk in 8 directions, up, down, left, right, and at 4 angles in between. Wow! This is getting redundant as fucking hell.
Yeah, just a bit.
By the way, magic powder that thing.
Really?
Yep. It is possible to leap off ledges in the overworld and dungeons as long as there is no obstacle at the ledge. Leaping down is often a shortcut and is the only way to reach some areas. Walk to the edge and press the control pad in the direction you want to leap.
So much for that idea.
We're sucking at this.
Yeah, kind of.
Put some blocks and stone statues in the dungeon can be pushed around. Move your character next to the block or statue you want to move, then control pad in the direction that you want to push the object. Page 15, using the controller. A button, action. There are 7 types of action that can be performed with the A button. Ones are as follows: running and hitting objects. If there are no obstacles directly in front of you, hold down the A button for about 1 second to make the player run, in 4 directions only. When the player is running, he will automatically draw his sword. Press the control pad in a different direction to stop running. Note, you can only run if you are wearing the Pegasus shoes. See page 17. Seriously, magic powder that fucker.
I'm kind of low on magic, actually.
If you run into certain walls, you may make a break them down. And if you crash into objects such as trees, hidden things might fall from the branches. God damn, they really proofread this thing, didn't they?
Right.
Lifting and throwing. Position your character next to the object you want to pick up and press the A button. Press either the A or B button to make the player throw the object. Only, if the object hits an enemy, it will cause the enemy damage. At the beginning of the game, you can only pick up bushes and pots, but during the game, you can increase your strength and pick up large boulders and other objects. Note that you cannot use the sword or other items when holding an object. See page 24. Opening treasure chests. If you find a treasure chest, position your character in front of it and press the A button to open it. If you open a chest, the treasure inside is yours. Page 16. Swimming. If you find Zora's flippers, you can swim. Hold down the control pad in the direction you want to make your character swim and press either the A, B, or Y button. When you are swimming, you cannot use the sword or any of the items. Talking. If you approach a villager and press the A button, you can hear what they have to say. If the message is long, you can press the A, B, X, or Y button to make the rest of the message appear quickly. Reading. Face the signs and monoliths and press the A button to read the letters written on them. Also press the A button to listen to the Elder's telepathic message that comes from the magical cornerstone of the dungeon.
That's not exactly call that thing magical. It's just a fucking block on the wall with a triangle on it.
That he uses to communicate with you telepathically. Grasping and pulling. Touch an object and press against it with a control pad. Oh yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Holding the A button to grasp it. Then press the control pad in the opposite direction to pull the object. Of course, you cannot pull everything, but you can certainly try pulling objects in the dungeons, like levers and statues. The actions available using the A button are displayed in the Do window of the subscreen. Check the actions in this area during the game when you are not sure of the available actions. Note that Run and Swim will be displayed when you receive the Pegasus shoes and Zora's flippers. Lift will change to Lift 2 and Lift 3 when you increase your lifting strength. My throat is getting sore. Page 17, using the controller, B button. Jesus Christ, every goddamn button seriously gets 2 full fucking pages.
Apparently. Now you starting to get the appeal of figuring it out on your own a little bit?
A little bit. B button, swinging the sword. Swordsmanship will serve you well in defeating the many enemies you encounter. Oh, no shit.
You didn't say. I thought I would just try reasoning with him. Worked
More
on the Brady
sword-
Bunch, except it didn't.
The better you will to deal with the many monsters you will meet. They make it sound like he has all the friggin' attack combos of Twilight Princess. Normal sword blows. Press the B button to swing the sword. The faster you press the B button, the more rapidly you will swing your sword. Whirling blade technique. Hold down the B button for about 2 seconds to focus your power in the blade. Once the sword is charged, you can release the B button at any time to execute a whirling attack that will affect any enemies nearby. This awesome attack can be used to attack an enemy standing behind you. So can turning around.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dashing attack. When you have the Pegasus shoes, you can run with your sword drawn. If enemies happen to be standing in front of you, you can hit them as you run past. Hold down the A button for a second to build up speed, then you're off. Page 18. Sword at the ready. If you hold down the B button, you will hold your sword in a ready position. You can then use the control pad to move your character in any direction. If you come upon an object your sword can cut, such as a bush, you will automatically mow it down. Try this with a row of bushes.
That's getting a little ahead of itself, I think.
Beam attack. When your sword's power level is 2 or more and all your heart containers are full, you can launch a beam from the tip of the blade. This bolt of energy can be used to attack enemies at a distance. See page 23. If no button is pressed, are you like frozen?
No.
It's like my screen is not moving. It says 2551 and you're still hookshotting the treasure chest.
Oh, the screen share is kind of bad.
Okay. If no button is pressed, your character will have his shield ready. You can use the shield to protect yourself from a frontal attack such as arrows fired by the enemy. The shield will not protect you from all attacks. At least not till later. Page 19. Using the controller, Y button. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. This is probably going to get about 5 pages on its own.
The items you have collected can be used by pressing the Y button. See the item explanations on pages 37 and 41 for details. Use your items carefully. Flute. What is the mysterious power of the flute's music? Once you have found the flute boy's avian friend. God damn, this thing has a lot of spoilers.
Yeah, no kidding.
You can
Is it
use
going to
the
give me
flute
tips
to
on fighting Ganon? Because that would be pretty neat.
Yeah. You can use the flute to summon him to take you to 8 different locations in Hyrule. Once you have found the flute boy's bird, play the flute and you will see the screen on the right. Press the control pad to select a number from 1 to 8 for the place you want to go. Then press either A, B, X, or Y to go there. Staff of Burna and the Magic Cape. Press the Y button to activate the Staff of Burna or the Magic Cape, and then Y button again to deactivate the items. Both of these items use magic power in proportion to the amount of time they are used. If you use all your magic power, the items will automatically deactivate.
I don't even have the fucking Cane of Burna yet.
If you have already used all your magic power or you have an insufficient amount, these items cannot be used. Page 20. How to select items. You can select an item for use with the Y button in the item window of the subscreen. Press the start button to see the subscreen and then use the control pad to move the circular cursor in the item window to select the item you want. The item you select will appear in the top right corner of the screen. Press the start button again to return to the main screen. How to select bottles. It is possible to collect 4 magic bottles. How are they fucking magic?
They're not magic, they just hold shit.
If you want to use the contents of a bottle, you have to select the bottle you want. Align the cursor with the bottle in the item select window to display the screen shown below. The bottle currently selected and the name of its contents will be displayed in this window. All of your bottles are shown in this window. Press
Gary's
up or
names
down.
are Stacy and Lucy.
Press up or down on the control pad to align the cursor with the bottle you want to select. If you do not want to select a bottle, press left or right on the control pad to move the cursor back to the item window. Page 21. X button, viewing map screens. The automatic mapping feature will help you explore Hyrule by showing your current position and your next destination. Close-up map screen. If you press the X button when you are in the overworld, your immediate surroundings will be displayed from an overhead view. You can scroll to another portion of the map by pressing any direction on the control pad. Page 22. Close-up map, full world map. Switch between the two maps using the L and R buttons. Complete map screen. If you press the X button again from the close-up map screen, you can view the complete map of Hyrule. A symbol representing your character and your next destination, usually a dungeon, flash on the map screens. When you are not sure where to go next, take a look at the map screens and head for the recommended place. If you use the magic mirror, the warp point you created will also be shown on the map screens.
Spoiler, magic
You can
mirror.
Yeah. This doesn't help. You can also view the same map screens in the Dark World. Hyrule, the Light World, and the Dark World look alike but have subtle differences. Find the differences between the two maps and you can solve many mysteries of both worlds. From the complete map screen, press the X button once again to return to the main screen. Press the L or R button to switch between the close-up and complete maps. Note that when you are in the dungeons, you can view the dungeon map by pressing the X button. See page 33. You cannot view the map screens when you are in a house or a cave.
Do not pass go, do not collect 200 rupees.
Page 23. 4. Heroic equipment. Your character can become stronger by finding and using magical equipment. It is essential to be well armed for attack and defense when taking on the many powerful enemies you will encounter.
I think I'm at the boss.
Okay, I can still see you fighting a Stalfos with two of those octopus guys. Sword. The sword has 4 potential levels of power. You can see what level your sword is currently at by looking at the number next to the sword symbol on your sub-screen. Your first goal is to obtain the Master Sword, which is power level 2. Shield. The shield has 3 potential levels of power. Your first shield can only fend off the enemy's arrows, spears, and rocks. If you improve your shield or find a better one, you can defend yourself against different attacks. Armor. You start off wearing a suit of green cloth, which hardly protects you at all. During your adventure, you will find the blue mail and the red mail. Very late in the fucking game.
Serious. I just found the blue mail now. This is the 5th dungeon.
These suits of armor reduce damage from enemy attacks by 25 and 50%, respectively. Pegasus shoes. This magic footwear has been handed down by the family of one of the 7 wise men. If you wear these shoes, you can run incredibly fast. You will get the Pegasus shoes from the wise man Sahasrara. That's how you pronounce his fucking name, Sahasrara.
Sahasrara. Okay, I should remember it now.
Power Glove and Titan's Mitt. If you wear these gloves, you can pick up objects such as rocks that you cannot lift with your bare hands. If you can get your hands in these gloves, try lifting a few things. Zora's Flippers. These flippers belong to Zora the Manfish, whose domain
The
is...
manfish, what? It
is
sounds
the
like you
wet-
should have a show on fucking Spike TV or something.
whose domain is the wet blue yonder. They are a necessity. You cannot swim without them. If you try swimming without the flippers, you will be returned to land. To get through this adventure, you must get your feet wet, so find the flippers as soon as possible. Moon Pearl. People who enter the Dark World are transformed into a shape that reflects what is in their hearts. You can prevent this by obtaining the Moon Pearl, which protects its bearer from the power of the Triforce. Okay, that was 24 fucking pages, and you are done, and so am fucking I.
And so am I. That dungeon is a fucking maze and a half.
God damn, there's like 45 pages, not including the cover and back cover, and I only got to fucking page 25 here.
Yeah, you got about
Jesus
halfway.
Christ.
This is gonna be a long one.
Dude, you could have done 2 fucking dungeons and I wouldn't have finished this goddamn thing. It's so goddamn text heavy. It's
It
ridiculous.
really is, but now do you see why a lot of us are like, I'll just figure it out on my own.
Well, yeah, when it's this fucking long, and a lot of this shit is redundant too, but,
It is.
you know,
it
still,
really
they
is.
could have just stuck to the basics and it would have been like fucking 12 pages.
They didn't need to tell you what every single item in the game does either. I'm surprised they're not giving me tips on how to fight Ganon.
Or spend 2 fucking pages telling you how each fucking button works.
Seriously. I mean, that is probably one of the most condescending manuals on the planet, but I did learn a few things.
And not to mention spoilerific.
Oh yeah, spoiler heavy as hell, but like the background story's neat and all, but...
Yeah.
Well, I
it's-
think
it's-
everybody's learned enough for one day. How about you?
It's a hell of a... The backstory here in the instruction manual is a hell of a lot different from what happened in Ocarina of Time, that's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, it's like I was about to ask, didn't they retcon like half of that shit for Ocarina?
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright then, next time, I won't be reading the instruction manual, I swear to God.
Yes, we'll actually have some entertaining commentary.
Probably.
By the way, everyone, Dovei asked for this.
I did. This was like
Without
a
watching
challenge.
my Mega Man X2 instruction booklet video, so thank him for that whole fucking thing.
Because I love my fans. I'll probably link your YouTube in the description of this or something.
I love your fans too.
I should thank you, but
That was boring as fucking hell.
it kind of was.